Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Morons for October 15th, 2018. This week, let's focus on just one topic, because the Looney Tunes have a new catchphrase, hashtag, and saint to worship. Believe women. Because women are special creatures. Totally equal to men, of course, but better, because they just never lie. Story of teens shouting Trump 2016, leaving go home note, all lies, woman admits. Adwoa Lewis, 19, was arrested and charged with making a false punishable written statement following an extensive investigation into her claims she made earlier this month, Nassau County Police said Saturday. Lewis provided a written statement to detectives saying 4 teenagers confronted her on September 1st around 11:15 p.m. while she was driving on Jackson Street on Long Island. She said the teens yelled Trump 2016 and told her she didn't belong here. She further claimed she parked her car in front of her house, and when she woke up, she found a slash tire and a note on her car that stated, "Go home," police said in news release. Authorities launched an investigation into the possible hate crime and found the confrontation Lewis detailed never occurred. She later admitted to police that she had written the note and placed it on her own car. But believe women, especially when they say something that fits the political narrative we want to hear. Look, when the violent sociopathic white supremacist Nazis just aren't committing the hate crimes we know they commit all the time, we have to do it for them once in a while, just to remind everyone how bad they are. I mean, we saw the Nazis marching around in Georgia a few months ago, right? Like 2 whole dozen of them. And let's not forget Charlottesville, when dozens more gathered to chant slogans and walk around waving tiki torches. Out of the blue, they attacked good, wholesome, absolutely peaceful counter-protesters for absolutely no reason at all and killed St. Hire. So we know there are millions upon millions of them everywhere. This woman was just reminding everyone of that. Since the Nazis are obviously too busy to harass her, she was just helping them out by doing it herself. The police should have totally believed her and just locked up 4 random teens because she said so. If we're going to achieve justice and equality for all, well, we're going to have to break a few eggs along the way, aren't we? So what if a few innocent teens go to jail, right? It's for the greater good. We're sending a message to everyone else that we will not tolerate your hate, even if you don't have any. Besides, it's just one little tiny lie. It's not like this sort of thing happens all the time or anything. Student charged for allegedly making false anti-LGBT threats against herself. A member of student government at Ohio University has been charged with a misdemeanor after she allegedly made false statements to police about receiving threatening messages. Anna Ayers, who is a member of the OU Student Senate, was arrested Monday and charged by the Ohio University Police Department with 3 separate counts of making false alarms. It is alleged that Ayers falsely reported multiple threatening messages, including a death threat, which she claims was because of her being a member of the LGBTQ community. But an OU Police Department investigation revealed that Ayers' claims were false. The probe further uncovered that Ayers had placed the messages herself prior to reporting them, according to the OU police statement. Ayers previously reported receiving a series of threatening messages, 2 of them in the Student Senate office and 1 of them at her residence. The OU Police Department statement reads, adding that subsequent investigation by OU PD found that Ayers had placed the messages herself prior to reporting them. Ayers, the former Student Senate Appropriations Commissioner, reported to the Student Senate last week that she received a note in the Student Senate office on September 27th, which she said expressed extreme hatred because of who I am, according to an article in the Post, a student-run newspaper on campus. The following week, October 6th, Ayers thanked supporters on Twitter for being with her during a pretty awful time. The E.W. Scripps School of Journalism at OU, which Ayers attends, tweeted its support for the former student senator. Ayers alleged she had received additional death threats contained within messages on notes. The message took aim at her identity as an LGBTQ community member, according to her account. Fishing for a little attention and sympathy, and, to no one's surprise, she got it. Saints Sarkeesian and Quinn taught you well, didn't they? Making false alarms is a first-degree misdemeanor that can carry a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine, according to OU Police Department tweet. Ayers is scheduled to appear in Athens County Municipal Court Thursday morning. We are still processing and encouraging our members to take time to heal and utilize campus support resources right now, Student Senate President Maddie Sloat said in a statement to Campus Reform. We're complying with the investigation and OUPD. We hope Anna receives the help she needs. Yeah, me too. And the help she needs is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. But believe women. They don't lie. They are infallible. They are holy saints walking among us despicable, lying, cheating, vulgar, raping men. Their word is unquestionable, and if they said it happened, it happened. Find those evil cis men who threatened this poor innocent child and lock them up. We need to show the world that we will not tolerate their hate. The evil bigots of the world are clearly not cooperating on this one, so she was forced to threaten herself just to show us all how bad those vile cis people really are. Just go out there, grab 3 random cis people, and throw them in jail. We have a message to send to the rest of these bigots, damn it. Now I know what you're saying. I can already hear the wails of straw man echoing through the halls of the castle. But Count, you're twisting our words. Believe Women is about rape and sexual harassment. Women almost never lie about those things. In fact, it's so rare that we should just believe every allegation of it. Very well. 5 high school mean girls targeted boy with false accusations of sexual assault lawsuit claims. A group of 5 high school mean girls in Pennsylvania confessed to targeting a boy with false sexual assault allegations just because they don't like him. The boy's parents, Michael J. and Alicia Flood, have launched a lawsuit seeking unspecified damages, claiming the girls at Seneca Valley High School in Pittsburgh conspired in person and via electronic communication devices to falsely accuse their son of sexual assault on 2 occasions. The parents dubbed the group Mean Girls in reference to the 2004 cult classic of a high school clique starring Lindsay Lohan. They are suing the girls' parents, the school district, and the Butler County District Attorney's Office. The false accusations led to the firing of their son from his job at a swimming pool, and he was then forced to endure multiple court appearances, detention in a juvenile facility, detention at home, the loss of his liberty, and other damages, according to a 26-page lawsuit obtained by Trib Live. He is now being homeschooled and suffers mental health problems, the Flood family claims. The boy was basically being tortured in school by the other students and investigators, but the administration was only focused on protecting the girls who were lying. Once the allegations were proven false, they really didn't care one bit about the boy, and there has been absolutely no repercussions against the girls, he added. This is the rape culture we live in, folks, where claims of rape and sexual harassment are so easily dismissed, and we totally protect the rapists. Where a girl claims something happened, and with no evidence at all, we just brand a boy a rapist, take away his job, force him to spend his time before a court attempting to prove his innocence, and lock him up in a juvenile facility or place him under house arrest. All because, as Chloe Angle of Feministing.com tells us,
it is hard to read an article like this and avoid the conclusion that we live in a culture that hates women, just hates us.
There you go. We hate women so much that after these 5 girls lied, the boy is the one left with all the legal costs, the destroyed reputation, and the mental health issues, while the girls carry on footloose and carefree. Patriarchy, everyone. Never forget how oppressed women really are. The family is seeking unspecified civil damages against the parents of the girls, the school district, and the Butler County District Attorney's Office. The first girl accused the boy of assaulting her in July 2017 at a swimming pool. Another girl, named as Megan Valages, or Valaget, whatever, the only one named in the suit because the others are minors, said she was present during the assault. But the first girl later admitted making up the allegations, saying, "I just don't like him." She allegedly justified her decision to fabricate the allegations during a recorded interview with school officials that was obtained by Fishman. "I just don't like to hear him talk. I don't like to look at him." The boy was charged with indecent assault and 2 counts of harassment. He pleaded not guilty, but was put on probation. Put on probation for absolutely nothing. She lied. So clearly there was no evidence anywhere around to support her claim, and yet he is punished anyway because believe women. In October 2017, the same girl who accused him of sexual assault allegedly told her fellow classmates that she would do anything to get the boy expelled. This led to a bullying campaign by other students against him. In one example provided by the lawsuit, someone taped a word predator on the student's back during choir practice. The male student was hit with another accusation of sexual assault in March. A friend of the first girl told a school official that he sexually assaulted her at her home. The allegations were backed up by 2 other girls. This led to the male teen getting charged with indecent assault, criminal trespass, and simple assault in April. He was reportedly arrested at the school and spent 9 days in a detention center after being deemed a threat to the community. And here's the coup de grace. His reputation is already destroyed from the first allegation, so naturally no one is going to believe him. And here comes another girl with some made-up bullshit, backed by her friends because one girl never lies, but 3 of them? Oh, hell no. That's definitely true, right? So they toss his ass in juvenile hall and label him a threat to the community, all based on nothing more than their word. And after all of that, what happens? Just a month later, the 3 girls recanted their allegations and admitted lying about the sexual assault. They finally come out and say, yeah, just a joke, bruh. They've destroyed this boy's life, but hey, don't you worry, folks. If you're not a rapist, you've got nothing to fear. There's absolutely no harm caused by false accusations or anything. Besides, believe women. False claims are so rare that you just shouldn't even worry about them. Again, we're aiming for justice here. Gotta break a few eggs, or in this case, break a few innocent men. But think of the much greater good we're shooting for here. A world where everything a woman says is absolutely unquestionably true. Won't that be great? And hey, why stop at rape or sexual harassment? They're women, right? Infallible angels of righteousness. We should totally trust them in all things. Like, for instance, when they say their kid is dead. Who the hell would ever lie about that, right? Chicago mom tried to drown son 3 days after posting online that he had died. Authorities in Chicago this week said a Southside mother falsely wrote on social media that her 3-year-old son had died, then tried to drown him in a bathtub days later. Celeste T. Christian, 21, was charged with attempted murder as her son remained hospitalized in critical condition, the Chicago Tribune reported. The child was being treated at University of Chicago Medical Center for asphyxiation and water in his lungs. Police said someone had held the toddler underwater. Christian told police the child had wet himself after the father had dropped him off and gave him a bath. She claimed she left her son by himself for 5 to 10 minutes to check on her 2-year-old daughter. She heard splashing and ran back into the bathroom to find the boy limp in the water with foam coming out of his nose and mouth and called 911. An hour before the child arrived at the hospital, a doctor received a call from an organ and tissue donor asking if the boy was there yet, police said. The donor did not reveal who told them the toddler would be there. When police interviewed the child's father, he told them Christian had earlier announced on social media that her son had died and wanted to make funeral plans, the paper reported. Christian was arrested and held without bail at Cook County Jail. But believe women. She said the kid died days ago. Clearly he hadn't, so she was just trying to tell the truth by making sure that he accidentally drowned now. When she posted on social media days ago, she wasn't lying, she was predicting the future, and just wanted to plan the funeral ahead of time. You know, just go ahead and get a jump on things. And as an added act of total kindness, she politely informed an organ donor recipient that the child would be coming into the morgue any minute now. How nice of her, huh? Women are all such honest angels, aren't they? Oh, I hear you, but Count, what do we do when they tell us multiple stories of the same incident? Like this one, for instance. Wife charged in husband's fatal stabbing offered multiple accounts of what happened, authorities say. A Florida woman arrested on murder charges Wednesday claimed the fatal stabbing of her husband was an accident because she had slipped on dog feces, authorities said. But they added that the suspect, identified as Rachel Fidanian, 38, has given several inconsistent statements about what happened in the couple's Lakeland home on June 25th, Fox 35 of Orlando reported. The suspect made a lot of excuses, but none of them made sense, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd said in a statement obtained by Miami Herald. Our detectives did a thorough investigation. In the end, they determined that this was an intentional act of domestic violence. From the husband, of course. I mean, we all know that domestic violence is 100% caused by men, so obviously she must have been defending herself here. In the initial 911 call, Fidanian said she was holding her dog while washing dishes, then ran toward her husband, slipped, and stabbed her husband in the shoulder area, according to Fox 35. Holding your dog while washing dishes. Yeah, sure. That makes perfect sense to me. I usually try to wash dishes with one hand too. They get super clean that way. Then, later in the call, she said she was holding the dog while slicing pizza and accidentally stabbed her husband when she tripped while walking toward him, according to detectives. Okay, so you're washing dishes while holding a dog and slicing pizza. Yeah, still totally believable. Hell, I do that all the time, right, Bob? When Polk County Fire Rescue officials arrived on the scene, Fidanian said she was slicing pizza, then noticed her dog had defecated and urinated in the living room. When she went to clean the mess, she slipped, still holding the knife, and fell onto her husband, investigators said. Okay, so now she was washing dishes, holding a dog, slicing pizza, and cleaning up the dog's mess on the living room carpet. That's one talented woman. Must have been related to Shiva. But detectives said they found no traces of feces or urine in the living room, Fox 35 reported. Well, duh. Of course you didn't find any. She just told you she was cleaning it up. The husband, Bryant Fidanian, was transported to a local hospital and later died there, authorities said. Now, remember, believe women. So this real-life, walking, talking saint was just washing dishes, holding a dog, cutting pizza, while cleaning up dog shit off the living room carpet when she completely and totally by accident slipped in said dog shit and stabbed her husband in the chest. She then called 911, like the angel that she is, to get him some immediate help. Then, like a good and obedient oppressed housewife, went right back to cleaning up the dog shit, which inadvertently blew her whole story with investigators because she was so thorough that they couldn't find any trace of it. Now you want to put her on trial for murder because she's really good at cleaning? That's the fucking patriarchy for you, folks. That's it for this week. Remember the social justice mantra: women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. Oh, and most importantly, believe women. I'll see you all next time.